Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So we couldn't save last time, so I have to immediately... I was planning to go and edit the other one, but I had to immediately start this one. Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Makoto and Kyoko. Yeah.
I got it!
Yes, Toko and Genocide Jack.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
That's right.
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
And then everyone else was in the gym.
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
And we don't have alibis!
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs.
Uh-oh. Kyoko? The bad guy? Well, that seems too obvious.
All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Yes.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Oh, I have an alibi?
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Maybe.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
Hey, I have the timeline.
Doing that might
bullet
reveal
point.
some kind of clue.
Whatever you want, somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
And then I have other stuff as well.
The time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
Yes.
Yeah, but what time did we find the body?
I have no idea.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body just... 9.
I got it!
I remember this.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
The pickaxe. I love that. Alright, now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, get to the pickaxe back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
I remembered that fact. That little fact.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Yes. By the way, I cannot make witty commentary on time stuff because I am as lost as anyone else.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around...
I don't know.
Oh,
Don't make me
yeah.
choose.
Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure.
I have an alibi in that
Which
time
means
period.
from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Yes, that's a long time. What happened between 10 and 9 a.m.? I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't prove an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I must make it clear that when the body ended up in the garden. Gosh. I'm gonna have a tough time with this. Sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
This is...
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
Maybe.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Oh, okay.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
Sprinklers.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
However,
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi.
I
for
have
most of that
facts.
time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Boop. What? Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. It makes me think something weird is going on.
Shoot!
Must be a contradiction there somewhere. Oh, frick.
We've
All right.
established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
No, it's
and
definitely...
9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
4 times. Gosh, all the
So
pink
Makoto,
text is
if
like
you have any objections, now would
time
be the
stuff.
time.
Okay, I'm gonna use this thing.
We've
sprinkler,
established a time frame for the murder.
on this next number.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No,
Ah!
it's wrong.
Get countered, nerd. Break.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken
Because
place
the
way
body
later.
wasn't wet.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden.
Come on, Byakuya. Use your
The
brain.
sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Yes.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
But that's why the tarp was there.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet in
Because I
fact.
threw a bucket at it, and it created black blood, which someone pointed out was water. But I still like my headcanon that it's black blood. Now it's aliens.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
Because I splish-splashed it with a bucket of water.
You saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
That... Toko! She's dead! Don't talk about that! No! Ugh. You're the one who's spewing indecent words.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean?
We'll find out.
By denying the sprinkler, are you...
Also, am I able to save now? Oh! Now I'm able to save what happened earlier. Whatever.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why!
Because I spit on it. How do you prove that it wasn't the sprinkler that got the body wet? All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence that it should do it. If we look at the body itself, what should make it clear? Oh gosh. Oh frick.
I admit nothing.
Also, how do you reload? I need to know this. It's tab. Alright.
No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Ow.
I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything.
Well, shut up, Toko. I'm doing something.
Are you trying to blame me?
Maybe, I don't know.
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should
That's...
prove it.
I couldn't switch, so I hope like this is correct. That was actually kind of easy.
Just remember what
It
the
didn't
body
go into
was
Beaver
like
time or
after
anything,
the
or
explosion.
Nega time
And
as
you'll
they call
see
it.
why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
Exactly.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
Yes.
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
How am I a brutal... What does that even mean? Like, okay, stop and think for a second. What? Like, I don't even understand that.
I'm so sick of her.
I am too, and confused.
Let's just move on.
Exactly.
The reason only the top half was wet was because
The fire.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire. The top
I felt like it would have splashed the entire thing, but we're just going to say that this makes sense.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't.
Yeah, Toko. Now, be quiet. Byakuya, shut her up.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place
Uh-huh.
sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But I met with for AOE, so, you know.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
Yeah.
So there's no way Makoto could have
The
done
tarp, I
guess
feel
you
like
had an
someone's going to
alibi
bring up the
after
tarp.
all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Wow, Byakuya's not even questioning my alibi. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mikuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko's murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Oh.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Oh.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Nah, she's just saying she wants to solve the mystery, so don't kill her.
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
Oh.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me?
Yes, because you're kind of to blame for all of this, you know?
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Yes.
Shut up, you!
Exactly.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Oh.
Huh?
I'd like to know this.
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You know, I guess that is kind of a good motto. Or... motto? Motivation?
But
I
you
don't know.
made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all.
It was just the ultimate soldier.
As a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
Yeah, motive, not moto.
She
Alright.
had a motive and no alibi. Well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Maybe.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. I know. It was just pretty darn bad, but, you know, just, why do you gotta point it out like that?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
Yeah, I mean...
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
No, he's gonna point out the tarp. Stop poking holes in my Swiss cheese of a... I had like a Swiss cheese argument, and now he's poking holes. I thought everyone else was too dumb to realize it.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Gosh, if I'm the one who has to point out the tarp, certain something that seems to cover the body could have been. Makoto, shut up! Don't mention it. Oh, Makoto. Oh, that hurts. Oh my gosh, why would you even say anything? Whatever. Whatever.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
Yeah?
You catch on quick.
Oh, okay, because she already knew. Gotcha.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did.
I mean, yeah. Tarp had to do something, I
The
guess.
dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that.
There's a dirt pattern on the
Only
tarp.
one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
I don't know. Because, first off, it's a little confusing, right? I mean, have you ever poured water on something before? Like, okay, have you ever poured water on your bed? It doesn't become covered in dirt. I feel like that's worth mentioning. I don't know. That's a little odd, but all right. And also, if the tarp was covering the body, wouldn't it have blood on it? Another thing I'd like to point out.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
Yeah, but like it's clean on one. It's honestly they should be swapped.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
I have no idea.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place.
Hey, stop blaming it on me.
In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Huh? Hold up, I feel called out. I feel very called out right now. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like a killer? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp, if it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
That's what I'm saying.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I'd refute what Kyoko said. Yeah. Let's make some refutes. Body before the explosion.
With the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
Well, that doesn't even make sense in
The
its own
underside
way.
of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Yeah?
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Well, that should have.
It's wrong.
Okay, well, at least they're pointing out that. That was like one of my
Actually,
questions.
One side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
Yeah.
Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
And if you were to clean the tarp, both sides would be clean.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used
But then
it.
both sides would be clean.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
True.
Oh, yeah, true.
Honestly, Yasuhiro, I think, hold up. This entire trial so far, Yasuhiro has been proving to have less intellect than AoE so far. Probably because he's had more speaking lines than AoE in this trial. I think it's whichever has more speaking lines I find is dumber. Which is kind of funny.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Huh?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
No. 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 Oh, I hope not. Oh, I hope
I
not.
know. They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's
Yes,
office.
that's the option. That's the option.
That's what Hifumi did, right?
Let's do that.
When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time.
Oh.
The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
No. I got the blood regime. No. No. Not the chickens. No. Ah. Is my chicken theory wrong then? All my hopes are being shattered right before my eyes. The chickens were the victims, not the mastermind.
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Yes.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5
But where's the
chickens.
chicken corpse at? I gotta wonder that too. But oh, maybe it was fed to the plant.
There were only 4.
It could definitely have been fed to the plant.
So you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Apparently.
Man,
that's what I'm saying.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Yeah.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Yeah.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
Please tell me, because I don't know.
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right?
Yes.
But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
Yes.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
Which is the chicken stuff.
The ground was completely clean.
Well, I mean... Okay, here's my theory for this one. We'll see if it comes out later. I don't think she was killed here. Because if you remember, it said old wounds on the body. I thought that might be because she's the ultimate soldier or whatnot. But also, since it's like clean and everything else, I don't think it... I think she was killed somewhere else and then moved here. And then the knife was put there to, like, as a setup kind of thing. To set me up.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
Yes.
They covered it beforehand?
It was predetermined.
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't remember.
Wait, no.
Oh, no, it's backwards.
The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Ah, yes, that's normal coat wearing stuff.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
I don't know. Man, if only we took it off the coat instead of the mask.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp.
Uh-huh.
Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already
I thought they were
covered in
talking
blood.
about the blood from the victim was pooling on the ground. I still believe they're moved.
This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
Time stuff. I'm bad with time
They
stuff.
wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
I was asleep, man.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
Maybe.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Oh. Oh, because everyone was in the gym. Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body.
Exactly, I think.
They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto
Hey,
in the
let me
dining
talk.
hall,
Don't
did you
cut
two
me
stay
off like
together
that.
from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Hey, no, wait, I'm
You
getting
had
blamed
plenty of
here.
time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko, what are you doing? Why are you blaming me so hard?
That's not...
I don't know why I took so long either, I forgot.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
No, but so is Kyoko's alibi, alright? The suspicion falls back on me again, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Has been added to the sky is dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one.
Oh, we love square one.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
Great.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it?
Maybe it was Yasuhiro. Nah, he liked the chickens. Actually, everyone liked the chickens.
Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Alright,
Oh,
I'd be down.
See? Pretty good idea,
Oh,
right?
no, that's a great idea. I think that's
no,
great.
not that.
Oh,
I just remembered something super serious.
oh.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
Wait, hold up. Hey, are we being helpful?
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
I knew it. The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right?
I knew that would be used against me.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
Yeah?
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
I knew it.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Yeah. Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we going to do with it? We can't let Toko keep, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Hold up. Miss Kirigiri Kyoko seeming a little suspicious. Very suspicious. Gave me the knife, set me up.
You don't seem
Awesome.
surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
The knife
Then
is
why
gone.
did you hide that fact?
I don't think because I didn't want it used against me.
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of actually what happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
It is
indeed.
suspicious. That's why I was hiding it.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto.
Yeah?
Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Hey, but you're wrong. 30, 60% of the time. So the good odds, you're wrong. I think he was like 20% or 30% correct. No, maybe he was 20% correct. 15% correct? I don't know. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Alright. Ooh, boy. Okay,
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
disguise.
It really is, isn't it?
I wouldn't hide it.
I was afraid.
I would have
of
hid
that.
the knife if it was
If
disguised.
he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Or not. No.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Maybe.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you were.
Oh, you know, I could use the disguise against being stabbed to kill her. The coat was put on after the target move, which means the knife was thrust into the coat into the body. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Okay, I think I got it.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before,
But it was
then
disguised.
that seals it. Makoto did it.
It's weird
Just
being on the
because I
chopping
had the
block
knife
for this entire
once.
time.
That automatically makes me the killer?
Yes.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Yeah, we don't know that. It was disguised.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Yeah, because I think stabbed in the coat.
We never talked about what killed her.
Well, yeah, I know.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
And it was stabbed
In
through the
other
coat.
words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
It was stabbed into.
So, when we discovered the body,
Also,
the knife had
if
been
it was
thrust
me,
through the coat
if I was
along
the
with
murderer,
body.
why would I leave evidence that suggests it was me?
Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it
That's,
up.
I mean, I guess that's also another option. They stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of his body was written down for everyone to see. Monokuma file.
I got it!
Yeah, I guessed.
The
I
Monokuma
guessed. That was a
file
complete
clearly
guess.
states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot
Unless
about
we
that.
stabbed it once and then put it right back in.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage
Gosh, my
set up by the
nose is
true
dying
killer.
and I dislike. Okay, continue.
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
Oh, and what was it?
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible
I feel
to
like
know
you could
what
probably
really
tell
killed
if you
her.
looked hard enough.
It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterwards.
Yes.
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
This sounds like something Byakuya would
hey,
do.
I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning. but
Oh gosh. What?
What's
Ew.
the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use,
Hold up.
you'd
I didn't know
the
either, man.
answer.
I didn't know either.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
I at least know a bit more than that, though. I at least know a bit more than that.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Yeah. Hold up. Yasuhiro becoming the most empty brain this trial. Yasuhiro's really becoming the most empty
Go
brain.
ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Oh, wait. I gotta say something? I can think of... For the explosion? Oh, yeah, the fragments.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body.
Yeah, someone stole a
That
bomb.
fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something
Because
like it
we
somewhere
have
before.
seen it. Y'all took
That's
part in the
only natural.
Monokuma.
Because, of course,
How does Monokuma feel to see the
we
insides
saw
of
the same
Monokuma?
thing when we dismantled
Who knows?
Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the
Exactly.
Monokuma bomb.
Monokuma was inside of the bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute.
It is.
They wanted the knife wound to look
Oh,
like
okay,
the
the
fatal
disguise.
injury
Oh.
so that we
I thought like the
suspect
motive behind the
Makoto.
entire thing, and I'm like, it is.
And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Oh.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me.
What really killed her?
Is there a way to tell?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
But we still don't know how and why. You need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. Or if we're able to. I need to concentrate. Ooh boy. Monokuma file number 5. Oh.
Then shall we continue the debate?
I know this is dying still.
The
Alright.
victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
Really?
the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Knife was covered and all the others on her body weren't fresh. It's only leaves.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
No. Wait.
Well, yeah. She was
I didn't mean to do that.
totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence
I don't
that
remember
showed she
this.
was hit on the back of her head.
What? Wait. Yes, I see you. So that's what you're saying. I have absolutely no idea.
Shoot!
There's a contradiction in there somewhere. Hold up.
Then shall we continue the debate?
What does the Monokuma file actually say? The victim's exposed to the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. It had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. While it's covered with other wounds, but there's at least several days old.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
That was an
correct?
accident.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Yeah?
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across
I mean,
her
that-
entire body.
That seems like something.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's
Countless
fatal
wounds.
injury has yet to be determined. correct?
Victim's fatal injury. Alright. I think there's some mistake lurking in what I said.
Shoot!
No, I don't know.
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then
Now.
shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Milk and swamp.
What contradiction
Muguro
is
died
there?
because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Oh! So you're telling me that it was also contradicting the white part of the phrase as well. Yeah, I was supposed to know that. Alright. Okay, good to know. You are not just countering the orange part of the phrase you are hitting. You are countering the entire phrase itself. Why not just make the entire thing up? Why not just make the...
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
Also, yeah! I tried that! Why specifically that one? Why specifically the another reason I didn't think that like it was that way around, right? Because both were evidence of ways that could have killed her, right? That was so freaking
The
dumb.
Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Yeah, but she could have died from them and then moved that, like...
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
Okay.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
You know, I'm just... I don't have the energy to continue with this bull hog right now. I have to stop it here. Yep. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and, well, hopefully things get better the next episode. Adios.